Welcome to the Crypto Angel channel. Let's get this thing started. Let me get everything set up. Hopefully, you all are having a great Monday night. Let me get everything set up. I just want to do something. I want to make sure that everything is going well. I got to get the music going, and we're going to get this thing started. Obviously, it's Monday, so these are my longer live streams. Mondays are my longer live streams. Saturdays are the shorter ones. But yeah, let's get this thing going. I gotta share my screen, so that's something important I do need to do. Hopefully everyone's having a great pre-Christmas, Merry Christmas, everyone. Let me get the music going, and we are gonna get this thing going. If I can find the music that I wanted to play, that would be important. This is not what I should have done this before. I should have had this all set up. Anyways, so let's look at the crypto fear and greed index right now. Right now, we are sitting at 70. I think that's pretty much the same place we were at the other day. I'm just going to have to manually search for the music because I cannot find it right now. And it's kind of irritating me. Maybe this will work. I don't know. That's not going to work. It can't have music. It can't have songs. All right, so we're sitting at 70. We are in greed. Honestly, unless it's above 90 or below 10, I really don't really care where it's at, but it's always good to see where it's at. It's always interesting. So that's kind of where we stand. So right now, Bitcoin is coming in at the price level of $94,700, $94,800. I do kind of see this as a rising wedge. So this is something that we definitely need to watch out for right now. I really need to get some better music going because this is not going to work. It's going to get copyrighted. So let me just work on this really quickly. But yeah, Bitcoin to me is kind of sketchy right now. Also, obviously, it's before Christmas, so so there's lack of volume in the markets. So I would just trade very cautiously this week as we go into the Christmas time because there's going to be less people trading. Everyone's going to be at home with their family. So I would go light on the trading unless you see an awesome setup. That's just kind of where I stand with everything. I don't know why it's taking me this long to figure this out. Okay, here we go. Finally. So right now, Bitcoin is coming in at $94,800. I just did a Bitcoin update. But we are going to recap what I talked about. So on the weekly time frame, where we're bought, we were in this rising wedge for Bitcoin, and we had a measure move all the way down to 94,700. The Better 101 says looks like a large W-shaped head and shoulders on the monthly long term. Let me look. A large head and shoulders. Well, this was a bull penny that broke to the upside. Where do you see that? You said on the monthly, long term. I don't see a head and shoulders on the monthly. I will say the monthly time frame is extended. I will say the weekly time frame is in a downtrend, and I do think this is a rising wedge. That's the target is $70,000, and you have to understand that Bitcoin went up so fast. After you broke like 73,000, you went straight up. Obviously each candle is a week, so it took 1, 2, 3 weeks to really get here to start the rising wedge. But I will say that this is the pole, and this is your flag of the rising wedge. Going up, from 70,000 to 108,000, going up 30 to 40% for an asset that is worth as much money as Bitcoin is. In about a month, Bitcoin went from about 60,000 to over 100,000 in about 4 to 6 weeks. That's pretty crazy. So usually whenever you go up that fast, you do get the dump, no matter how high or small of a time frame it's on. So That's something to take note of. Also, the bull market support band they don't talk about very much is sitting between the level of $75,000 and $80,000. So if we go below 70,000, that would be a kind of a bearish sign that this could be a bear market. I would love to see a bigger correction on Bitcoin, but I really do not want to see Bitcoin lose this area right here at 74,000 because this was resistance, and now I would like to see if we do retest it. I would like to see that reused as support. So I would say if Bitcoin really goes much below $75,000, I'm going to kind of think that we're in a bear market. So that's what we need to look out for. We do not. I would say the bulls on that, even on the macro time frame, if they give up some price action to the downside, I would not want to lose $75,000. But if we come back down and retest 75,000 and then get the bounce, that'd be extremely bullish here on the weekly. If you lose 75,000, that's a bad sign. Again, weekly time frame is in a downtrend. So that's just kind of what I see going on. I also drew this last time I was live. I kind of saw price action coming up, maybe getting a short-term bounce, coming up again for a lower high, and then getting a move to the downside. I mean, so far on the 3-day time frame, it's kind of happened, but it's only been 2 days since then. So we'll see what happens. Also, on the daily time frame, here's a bullish idea: is that Bitcoin is going to break out of this falling wedge. We are very oversold for Bitcoin on the daily time frame, so it's likely that you get some kind of dead cat bounce for a lower high. The 8-hour time frame is already starting to get the bounce. The 4-hour time frame again is starting to get the bounce, and the measure move for the 4-hour time frame out of this falling wedge here is about $101,000. So that's kind of what I see going on. I would not be surprised at all if you get a move to $101,000, but then that would be a lower high if that's all the higher you get. So that's just something to take note of. I kind of see a move likely to $101,000 because because the daily time frame is oversold. So that's what I'm calling for. Medium term, I see a move to $101,000, but again, that is just what I'm looking at right now here for Bitcoin. I also said on the smaller time frames, even though I see $101,000, Bitcoin short term is going to get rejected if you do not break 95.6. So far, we've not broken 95,600. I talked about that in my Bitcoin update that I posted about an hour ago. And if you don't break 95.6, I said I see a retest of 94.4. If you lose that level, I do see a move all the way back down to the support that you have at 90,400. So Bitcoin must break 95.6. If you don't do that short term, this rising wedge that Bitcoin is in on the 15-minute time frame is likely to break further to the downside for a lower low. We'll see what happens, but that's what I see. Short-term price action bulls must break 95,600, or I do see a move to the downside. If you guys have requests for me, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll look at them. But that's just kind of what I see. If you guys also request, all I request that you guys do for me to look at your request is that you hit the like button. It does help support the channel, and I do appreciate it. Hugo and Caleb pushing Bitcoin on Solana. X Spaces tonight at 9 p.m. Central. Wall Street bets coming soon. What is PBTC? Thank you for the likes on TikTok. Yeah. I don't know who Kuno and Caleb are, but that's interesting. That's something I will look into. Is it like a new meme coin or what? It says PBTC. I have no idea what that is. So XRP, I did make a video about XRP as well. I see this in a bull pennant on the 15-minute time frame. So as long as you hold $2.22, I see you getting moved back to the upside on XRP up to that resistance at 240. Not much to talk about there. I made a video on Herald Coin. This is, I said on my video that I posted about Herald, which is a meme coin, that it looks like a descending triangle. But now when I look at it a second time and I think about it again, I kind of see this as just like a bull pennant, which hasn't further moved to the upside of what, 10 million? Oh, I'm sorry, of $10 million. Yeah, right now it's sitting at 6.4 million. I am in this coin since 4 million, and we'll see what happens. But this is kind of a long-term hold for me if we can hold these moving averages. I talked about on the 2-hour time frame. If you hold the 2-hour time frame, 200-day moving average, I was going to stay in the long for as long as you stay above it. So if this thing does a 10x while I'm still in it, that'd be awesome. I didn't put a lot of money in it, but I could make a few $100 with a 10x. So it is a meme coin, but honestly, for a meme coin that has such a low market cap, it seems like it's holding up pretty well. You went up to 80, the all-time high is 82, And since then, the lowest you ever went was 47, $4.7 million market cap. To me, that's a pretty healthy correction. And it is something I'm watching. It's Herald on Solana. There's basically no fees to buy it. So because it's on Solana. So I really like it. The chart looks really bullish to me, and you're making higher lows and higher highs as far as I'm concerned. It is just something on my radar. Herald, I'm in the trade right now with a small position. If you guys have other requests, let me know. But that's just what I'm looking at right now. Monkey is another coin that I'm kind of watching right now for an entry. But for right now, there's not much of a trade setup on Monkey. It's kind of going sideways, so I'm not in any trade. You got the 1 hour time frame on Monkey, which does need to come to the downside, and the 4 hour time frame is getting overbought. Also, this is a meme coin with no utility, no use case. So literally all I'm doing is trading this. Also, I checked out the Telegram on Monkey, and there's not much chat. There's not much chatter. So to me right now, all I'm doing is trading this. This would not be a long-term hold for me because to me, it doesn't look very good. Also, it's kind of low volume, so I'm not loving it. But if I see a setup on this, I'll post it later in my trading group. If you guys want to join the trading group, link to join is on the Telegram group. Link to join is on YouTube and on TikTok. So that's kind of what I see going on right now. I don't know why my screen keeps stopping, but yeah. So for these charts, we'll say this on Monkey. If you close this half-hour time frame completely above the 200-day smooth moving average and don't touch it, that's where I go long. And then I would put my stop below the 200-day smooth moving average. That's just my strategy, and that's what I've been doing the last few days on Monkey. Is Bitcoin dominance dropping? That's a great question. Let's go look at Bitcoin dominance. By the way, Tesla is up to $430. Something I'm holding long term. But also remember, the stock market tomorrow is only open until about noon or 1 p.m. I don't remember. It closes early tomorrow. Bitcoin dominance on the 4 hour time frame. Let's look at it. So Bitcoin dominance, yes. Thank you for bringing this up because Bitcoin dominance topped out at 60%. Now getting the drop to the downside. Usually, what this means is that people are selling their Bitcoin and going into altcoins. If we could get Bitcoin to go sideways and not lose these key levels of support at like 94,400, that would probably give altcoins a chance to run. But remember, altcoin season does not really start until Bitcoin dominance is between 40 and 50%. So it's just something to take note of. But it is a good sign that you're getting a move to the downside. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The 4 hour time frame on the stock RSI for Bitcoin dominance is oversold. And now, could you make a double bottom here at the level of 57.3%? That is a key level of support. So if you lose 57.3, then it's likely that obviously you're going to get the next move to the downside down to 56%. And if you lose 56%, the next level of support is 54.7. And if you lose that level, then you are going to drop pretty fast, probably all the way down to these other key local lows. The biggest one being 53.7% after that. So right now, Bitcoin dominance, I would say, is still in a bullish state, and I wouldn't really be worried about Bitcoin dominance dropping. And I don't think altcoin season is going to start until Bitcoin dominance is below 4 or is between 40 and 50%. But you can get some mini pumps here on altcoins if Bitcoin dominance can lose 57.4. If you don't lose 57.4%, altcoin season is just not going to happen. At least nothing crazy. Where do I think XRP is going to end the year? Well, the year's almost over, so probably I'd have to go back to it, but it's not. I mean, the year ends in a week, so I'm not sure that's a great question. I think somewhere between $2 and $2.40. Yeah. I'll say I think it ends the year between $2 and $2.63. I know that's a big range. I talked about it beginning of this live stream, and I made an XRP update, a video on my YouTube channel like an hour ago. So go check that out. That's going to give you a better, But I think the broad range. You still have a week left. A lot could happen in crypto in a week. But I think somewhere between $2 and $2.60. I think obviously Bitcoin or if XRP holds $2.22, then I said you're going to 240. But it does look like right short term, XRP is getting a little bit of a move to the downside on the smaller time frames. You're losing the flag a little bit because, like I said, you have to hold 222. If you don't hold 222, you are going to fall back to the $1.95 support on XRP. If you lose that, you're looking at $1.63. So that's just what I see going on for XRP. If you lose 222, I would think that XRP would have a higher likelihood to be under $2 by the end of this year. Thank you for the follow, Dirty Jap. Appreciate it. By the way, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'll be back live Saturday at 11 p.m. Central Time. I'm going live earlier tonight, but that's just what's going on. P Bitcoin is only 19 days old. Let me go see if I can find out what P Bitcoin is. Is it on Solana or what's it on? Well, it's not on TradingView. I can tell you that. So it is not on TradingView. I would love to have a conversation in DM about why I think crypto is worthless and will be in the end. I mean, Bitcoin every single 4 years is making higher highs and higher lows. You can DM me whatever you want, and we can have a conversation about it. But I don't know why you would be short on the best performing asset on all time. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But you can do whatever you want. You can DM me for sure. It's on CoinMarketCap. Let me go look at this. It's called Tad said wowzers. P Bitcoin. Let me go see if I can find this on Solana. Purple Bitcoin. Like, what is this? $5 million market cap. I'll add this to my watch list for the heck of it, but I was expecting the market cap to be higher. The 2 hour time frame looks bearish, lower high on the 4 hour. Let me make this full screen. You got the 4 hour time frame right now on P Bitcoin. Right now, I mean, you could say this is trying to make some kind of falling wedge, but to me, it looks pretty bearish. And actually, this is going to dump in my opinion. Let me zoom in a little bit on this. So this is not a falling wedge. I would say this is a descending triangle. These break down 70% of the time. And you don't have to believe me, but just give it time and see what happens. Come back to this video later and, and we'll see what happens. Now, the only idea that I would say that this isn't going to happen is that your measured move to the downside would be like negative price action, and that can't happen. But this is not a bullish pattern. These descending triangles break down most of the time. So I would just be cautious here. Maybe you don't break down because it's only a $6 million market cap. But I guess I didn't look. Is a liquidity lock? That's another thing that you should probably look at and see. If the liquidity is locked, that's a much better sign. If it's not locked, that's a very bad sign. Let me see if the liquidity is locked. So they said they've been audited. It says 97%. No, we haven't detected lack of liquidity or supply, so that's not a great sign. I mean, technically speaking, I don't feel like this tells me the liquidity is not locked, so they could rug pull this. So I'd be very cautious. Again, the 4 hour time frame is about to make a lower high. Now, I will say, if you break the level of 20, 28, 29, I believe you can break out because that would be breaking this bottom trend line that's making lower highs. But if you don't break 29, this thing is probably going to make a new low. So that's my analysis on P Bitcoin. Doesn't look great. Now, if you break 29, I could be bullish again. If you don't break 29, this thing looks like you're going to probably fall to the next support at 6.2 cents, which would be a big, big drop. But if you lose a level of 25, you're going to 6.2, and it's pretty much that simple on P Bitcoin. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's a meme coin. I'll have to look more into this, and I will look more into this. But it looks bearish to me right now, I gotta say. So yeah, that's kind of what I got going on. People are using the government coin. I don't think anyone's doing that yet. Big callers just got paid. Yeah. I mean, if you got in, way back here, you would have made a nice night. If you got in, below $1 million, you'd be up quite nicely, 5x. Up here was way more than 5x. It was like probably a 15x because it went to 70 cents. So, yeah. G Winch. A lot of these meme coins, I guess I'd be. So, what is the use case with Purple Bitcoin? I guess I don't know. I have to look more into that. There's probably no use case, but G Winch, is this the chart you're talking about? $117,000 market cap. Okay. Or are you talking about? Yeah, okay. It's not that one. Well, I told you, I don't think the bull run's over, but I will say if Bitcoin loses 75,000, I mean that would be below the bull market support band. So you can lose a bull market support band, but you can't really close a weekly candle below it and still be bullish. So to me, Bitcoin's due for a bigger correction to the downside. And I did say, I'll say it again, if Bitcoin loses 94.4, which you're sitting on right now, I see it move down to 90,400 for a lower low on the macro time frame. So 94,000. Oh, one more thing I've looked at in a while that we should go look at is I can't bookmap on Bitcoin. That tells you where all the orders are at on Bitcoin, and let's go see if we can find out where that would lie right now. If it's to the downside, that gives you more confirmation that we're going down. So right now, Bitcoin has a lot of liquidity at 94.2, but I mean nothing crazy. So and you have more liquidity at 96,000. You don't have more, but you have some. You have more to the downside at 94.2, though. That suggests you get the move to the downside, but that's only $300 lower. So Bookmap doesn't give you a lot of information, but it does say you could retest 94.2, which is a key support. If you don't hold 94.2, again, $90,400 is on the table. Spaces tonight, 9 p.m. Central Time with big time callers. What's going on with crypto? I don't know. Who are the big callers again? I'll look them up on Twitter. Kuno and Caleb. Let me write that down. Never heard of them, but I'll look into it. So yeah, that's kind of what I see going on. I don't know with this G-Winch token. I would stay away from this one. Um, this, yeah, and then Harold was the other one I was talking about. Um, this might be a trade I might take in the next 12 minutes on Monkey Token. It is, to me, kind of bullish right now. If you hold a level of 15.7, that is going to be a buy for me using my strategy. You get above the 200-day smooth moving average on the 33-minute time frame, and you don't lose it. I long. You can use this strategy for any time frame, and also by then the RSI could be pretty close to being oversold. So to me, this is a trade I might take in about 15 minutes. They make bank. Kuno charges 8,000 to push a token. I think Caleb charges like 3K. Interesting. Well, they should push Harold because I think Harold's doing pretty well here. And to me, this looks like instead of a descending triangle, this looks more like a bull pennant on Harold. Let me go full screen on this again. I just want to look at this a little bit more, and maybe I should put more money into this based on what I'm seeing right now. So Harold right now, that would give you a measure move up to 10 to 11.5 million dollar market cap. Harold is again a coin I'm watching. It's a coin I'm in. I only put $35 into the trade. I kind of want to go heavier because it looks like it's about to break out here. I mean, the 4-hour time frame is very oversold, starting at the bounce. 2-hour time frame doesn't look great to me, so I'd prefer to wait for the 2-hour to make a higher low again. But to me, this looks pretty good for a move to the upside. Not financial advice, just what I see in the market. What is on the 19th of January? Is that inauguration? I thought. I don't know what the 19th of January is. So Bitcoin is really on life support here. And like I said, just to recap, I see this as a rising wedge breaking to the downside. Not a very good sign for the bulls. They must hold 94,400. Otherwise, it's going to be a big problem. TikTok ban on the 19th. Speaking of that, which I have not talked about yet, I am going to be switching to another platform if that happens. My YouTube channel won't be affected, but TikTok will be. And maybe maybe a fresh start. Maybe I wouldn't mind that, but I don't know what platform that will be. But speaking of that, I do need to look more into that. I think it's happening now. I don't know when they say that they're banning they're banning TikTok on the 19th of January. I don't know if that means that you just can't re-download it from the App Store if you delete the app, or if you just can't open it if you're in the US. Because I know when they ban some apps, it means you can't re-download them if you delete the app, but you can still have the app on your phone unless they like require you to use a VPN. I don't know. Like, I wonder if you use a VPN saying that you're not in the US, if you could still use the app. I don't know what that all means. We'll find out when that happens. But here's my goal and here's my idea. By the next live stream on Saturday at 11 p.m. Central Time, when I go live again, I'll have a new app that we'll be talking about that'll go on if it gets banned, so that you still have a place to watch me. So thank you for bringing that up. That's something I do need to look into, because that's going to come up here pretty soon. That's in like 3 weeks now. I don't know what the app will be that, but I'll figure out what the app. I need to do some research. It won't be hard to figure it out, and then I'll let you guys know on Telegram, and then on my live stream this weekend, I'll let you guys know what the new app will be if that does happen. So I'll get an account all set up in case that happens. If it does happen, I really don't care. It'd be a fresh start because I think I'm shadow banned on TikTok anyway. So yeah, I'm sure if you use a VPN, you can probably still use TikTok, but most people won't do that. So I'll probably just be switching to a new platform, at least for videos, because if most of the audience is 95% probably is not going to use a VPN, if not more. And if they don't, I mean, a lot of people in crypto use VPNs, but the average Joe probably is not going to go out of their way to use a VPN. Maybe they will. A lot of people don't even know what a VPN is. So I'll probably have to find a new platform, because if that's just going to limit. I don't think many people would watch. So I'll just find a new platform. I'm sure there's going to be another app too if it really does get banned, that everyone's going to go to. So I'll figure out what that app is going to be by Saturday. But I don't know. Yeah, I heard the government rejected TikTok's counter offer to not have it banned. I think the government's banning Bitcoin, so they say, because they don't like that everyone is getting the news faster than they are in real life, or from like Fox, CNN, stuff like that. I don't think it has anything to do with it being a dangerous app. Thank you for 1,000 likes on TikTok. Let's get to I like the number 3,000. Let's get there. See if we can do that. You think we'll see an all season in January? Well, we need Bitcoin to go sideways here a little bit. If we keep dumping, it's not going to happen. So we'll see what happens. But we also can't really have an altcoin season, at least not a massive one, until Bitcoin dominance goes below 40%. So that's just kind of what's going on. So long-term W shape on the monthly, but very bad performer. Are you talking about Bitcoin? Why does my message here keep getting deleted? I have no idea, dude. I'm not doing nothing. So thank you for the like as well on YouTube. But also, if TikTok does get banned, of course I'll still be live on YouTube. So maybe some of you guys watching TikTok can go watch on YouTube until we get another account set up. But I think by January 19th, I'll have something figured out. Like I said, I'll figure something out this week. But Bitcoin money will flood into XRP, XLM, and the other one I forget. Well, I know about XRP, XLM. I don't know what other one you're talking about. I don't exactly agree with you on that. I think XRP and XLM will go up again, but I don't think it's gonna do 100x. So Bitcoin just lost the key support at $94,400, a very bearish sign for the bulls. This really does suggest that Bitcoin is now going to go back and test a level at least at 92.4. If you lose that level, you're looking at 90,400. So this is not a good sign. You had to hold that level, or you have to get back above that level, $94,400. I've been talking about that level for quite a while, and that's what you have to get back above to remain bullish on Bitcoin. Oh, H bar. Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin's dumping right now. So Bookmap was right, and it's looking like we're going to go down. Tether. I don't think you can even use KuCoin if you're in the US. I guess if you use a VPN, you can. And then just another recap. XRP did go down to 223, but I said as long as you stay above 222, you can go up. If XRP loses $2.22, I see a move coming back down to $1.95 on XRP. So that's kind of what we got going on. I gave you meme coins that I liked, such as Herald. I gave you the update on XRP. I gave you the update on Bitcoin, and I'm bearish on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin dumps, a lot of altcoin setups are not going to play out. And I also said on Monkey Token, MONKY, on weeks. That's where I trade it. Looks like a buy and a tight stop at 15.7. Looks like a good long here. If we'll see in 4 minutes where this RSI is at, but I might take this trade here in a few minutes. Guys, let me get on out of here. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in the next one, Saturday, 11 p.m. Central Time. We're gonna have to figure out an alternative for TikTok because I don't know what's gonna happen with that. But I will give you another platform that we'll be using by this weekend in case it really does get banned. So that's what I got. Bitcoin looks really bearish to me unless Bitcoin bulls can reclaim 94,400. It's looking bearish. Thank you, FDD, for joining the chat. Welcome to the chat on Telegram. It is free to join. And of course, if you guys want to ever join the trading group, the link to join is on YouTube as well. So in the description. But yeah, that's all I got. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, trade safe. I'll see you guys on Saturday at 11 p.m. Central Time. Have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This doesn't look like a good setup. It's still, I believe the smaller time frames are going to make bear flags, and we are going to continue to the downside. And 1 minute's also making some kind of bearish pattern. We'll see what happens. My screen stopped working again, so I'm going to wrap things up. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, trade safe. I'll see you guys this weekend. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Adios.